Hello everybody, welcome to the show. Please hit the subscribe button and give this episode a thumbs up. Modern Family's successful 11-season run only ended in 2020, but some of the stars have already expressed interest in a reboot. Sofia Vergara said she would do a Modern Family reboot if the opportunity presented itself. While rebooting a beloved sitcom seems easy, there are many ways to tarnish the original series' legacy. A reboot should not merely pick up where season 11 left off, as seasons 9 to 11 of Modern Family are considered among the worst of the show's run, feeling repetitive and lower quality compared to earlier seasons. However, a reboot can feel fresh if it focuses on the next generation of Modern Family characters maturing into adulthood. The original series followed three couples, Jay and Gloria Pritchett, Phil and Claire Dunphy, and Mitchell Pritchett and Cameron Tucker. But a reboot should focus on their children, Manny and Joe Delgado Pritchett, Haley, Alex, and Luke Dunphy, and Lily Tucker Pritchett. The Modern Family finale gave the main characters their happy endings, and to avoid retreading old territory, a reboot should look forward to the new challenges the next generation will face with the original show's signature humor and heart. A Modern Family reboot should focus on what the kids are like now. A reboot would give the Modern Family kids more time to develop into adults. Modern Family ended with many of the children starting new chapters, whether leaving the nest for school, work, and love, or self-discovery. This presents a perfect opportunity for a Modern Family reboot to reintroduce Haley, Alex, Luke, and Manny as young adults back in Los Angeles building their lives. As Lily is much younger and moved to Missouri in the Modern Family finale, she could be written out of the reboot for simplicity. With Luke back from college and Manny back from his world travels, it would be interesting to see the boys more as young adults than students. Manny's younger half-brother, Fulgencio Joseph Joe Ramirez Pritchett, could be used in a supporting capacity, as he would be a tween in a reboot. In the Modern Family finale, Cam and Mitch adopt a baby boy. But if the Pritchett-Tucker family is in Missouri, he probably would not be a regular in a reboot. In the last two seasons of Modern Family, Haley reconnected with her first love Dylan and dealt with an accidental pregnancy. Actress Sarah Hyland hated Haley's ending in Modern Family, wishing the character's career in fashion was not shunted to focus on a relationship and motherhood. A reboot would give Haley the chance to balance motherhood and career in a way that would be full circle for Claire, who paused her career for years to be a stay-at-home mom. What happens to the Modern Family characters in the finale? Jay Pritchett and Gloria Pritchett Delgado. Gloria, Jay, and their young son Joe go on an immersion trip to Gloria's native Colombia for the summer. Finally empty nesters, and with Claire no longer working at Pritchett's Closets, Phil and Claire use their newfound freedom to go on an RV trip in the RV Phil's dad left them. Mitchell Pritchett, Cameron Tucker, and Lily Pritchett Tucker. Mitch and Cam adopt a baby boy. Cam gets a dream coaching job opportunity in Missouri, so they move Lily and the baby to Missouri. Haley married Dylan after they accidentally get pregnant with twins. They move into Mitch and Cam's old home to build their family. Alex gets a job offer from her former professor and longtime crush. They reveal their mutual feelings for each other and move to Switzerland together for work. After not getting into any college, Luke focused on getting some work and business experience. Luke is finally accepted to the University of Oregon. Manny wants to experience more of the world, and he decides to travel the globe with his biological father. Alex moved to Switzerland in the Modern Family finale work with and finally begin a relationship with her former professor and longtime crush, Arvin Fenneman. Their romance was controversial because while they were intellectual equals, Arvin previously dated Alex's sister, Haley, an older version of Alex back in Los Angeles in a more focused and settled capacity in her career. Whether or not she is still with Arvin would shine with a smaller cast. Modern Family's original main characters would work better as guests in a reboot. The Modern Family main characters already had their full stories and happy endings. While fans cherish the original Modern Family main characters, in a reboot that focuses on their children, it would be best to use the original three main couples as guest stars and not series regulars. Jay and Gloria, Phil and Claire, and Mitch and Cam had their stories told for 11 seasons and ended the series with a sense of closure. So rather than introducing new conflicts, they should be used in an advisory capacity for their children's problems. There is a whole new comedic generational divide for a Modern Family reboot to explore. Directors Gail Mancuso, Stephen Levitan, Beth MacArthur Miller, Jason Weiner, Michael Spiller, James Allen Hens, Fred Savage, Chris Koch, Jeffrey Walker, Ryan Case, Randall Einhorn, Eric Dean Seaton, Scott Ellis, Bryan Cranston, John Ridgey, Julie Bowen, Ken Whittingham, Reginald Hudlin, Iwona Sapienza, Elaine K.O., Helena Lamb, Adam Shankman, Claire Scanlon, Dean Parasat. Writers Becky Mann, Audra Sealaff, Bill Rubel, Stephen Lloyd, John Pollock, Vali Chandrasekharan, Ben Carlin, Jack Burdett, Chuck Tatum, Andy Gordon, Christy Stratton, Cindy Chupak, Ilana Wernick, Kenny Schwartz, Rick Weiner, Joe Lawson, Jessica Potter, Carol Leifer, Emily Spivey, Jerry Collins, Dave Weasel. We may earn commission from links on this page, but we only recommend products we love. Promise. You're wondering how Sofia Vergara can afford living her Dolce Vita lifestyle on endless summer vacation in Italy. The answer is simple. She's rich. The Griselda star earned the bulk of her income from starring in one of the most successful sitcoms ever, but she's also a financially savvy genius who has the bank account to prove it. Time for a closer look at Sofia's net worth, including how it was impacted by her divorce from Joe Manganiello. This content is imported from Instagram. You may be able to find the same content in another format, or you may be able to find more information at their website. Sofia's Modern Family salary took some negotiating, but eventually became ginormous. Modern Family aired for 11 seasons, and it's not an exaggeration to say the show made the entire cast millionaires. But Sofia's high salary didn't come easy. She and her co-stars, specifically Julie Bowen, Ty Burrell, Jesse Tyler Ferguson, and Eric Stonestreet, got major raises going into the show's fourth season, but their contract negotiations were messy. Involved a lawsuit levels of messy. But eventually, Deadline reported that ABC agreed to pay them between $170,000 to $180,000 per episode, up from the $65,000 per episode they were making in season 3. Side note, their seasons 1 to 2 salaries were lower, with reports ranging from $30,000 to $60,000 per episode. Taylor Swift's new song, What Is a Raunchy, NSFW Travis Kelce's sex son Katy Perry and Justin Trudeau's baffling dating timeline. For those to Anna Yuan post lengthy Insta about leaving Love is Blind. Was Ed Jane actually inspired by Ilsa Carr? His confusing connection T. Another bonus to come from those season 4 contract negotiations. Sofia and her castmates were guaranteed year-to-year increases and back-end deals. They ended up earning reported $350,000 per episode for season 8, which was raised to $500,000 per episode in season 9, a deal that carried them through season 11. So, how much was Sofia making per season at her peak? Season 9 was 22 episodes, so. Million? Scram. Let's not forget about America's Got Talent since 2020. Sofia has served as a judge on America's Got Talent, a gig that reportedly earned her $10 million per season, which is just a fraction of the $43 million she earned in 2020. This content is imported from Instagram. You may be able to find the same content in another format, or you may be able to find more information at their website. And it is profitable. As Forbes put it, her line of jeans at Walmart has sold enough jeans to be 4 times taller than the Eiffel Tower. On top of her deal with Walmart, Sofia has collaborated with the likes of Kmart. She got a reported $7 million for that deal and has done endorsements for brands like CoverGirl, Diet Pepsi, Burger King, Comcast, and State Farm, which has earned her tens of millions. She also earns income from a collection of perfumes, a line of furniture with Furniture Rooms Go, and her beauty line, Toti. Looking for some detailed dollar? Celebrity Net Worth reports that Sofia earned $3.5 million from CoverGirl, Diet Pepsi, and State Farm, $2.5 million from Comcast Xfinity, $3 million from Rooms to Go, $6 million from Synthroid, $4 million from Head & Shoulders, and $2.75 million from Of Latin World Entertainment, which Sofia co-founded. Louis Balaga spoke to The Hollywood Reporter about Sofia's business acumen, saying she always knew exactly what she wanted. Early on, Sofia realized the potential beyond her salary as an actress and television host. That led to the calendar she did in 1995, I was able to get a printer to produce 100,000 of them and give them to me on consignment. We ended up selling roughly $2 million according to People. Joe and Sophia did have a prenup, and Sophia has asked for it to be upheld in divorce docs. She also asked to keep assets including jewelry, artwork, and other personal effects. Meanwhile, the former couple listed their shared home for nearly $16 million back in 2023. A casual $180 million as of 2025, according to Celebrity Net Worth. As we've already established from these inducing numbers, Sophia's wealth comes from a combination of TV work, brand deals, and endorsements, the holy trifecta, and she's had some majorly high-earning years. Modern Family utilizes the mockumentary sitcom style popularized in the 2000s by shows like The Office and Parks and Recreation. The critically acclaimed show followed the lives of a large, blended family, attracting high praise from critics and fans alike. The show won numerous accolades, including a whopping 22 Emmys, and ran for 11 seasons from 2009 to 2020, ending its reign as one of the longest-airing sitcoms. Fans have watched the extended Pritchett-Delgado-Dunphy-Tucker clan grow, both as the fictional family gains members and as the show's cast ages. Before all those changes, fans might wonder, how old were the actors when they stepped into their roles? The show's producers took great care in casting the family members, and on the whole, most of the actors' ages match their characters closely. Still, there are a few that may surprise unsuspecting viewers. Showrunner Christopher Lloyd, directors Gail Mancuso, Stephen Levitan, Beth McArthur-Miller, Jason Weiner, Michael Spiller, James Allen Hentz, Fred Savage, Chris Koch, Jeffrey Walker, Ryan Case, Randall Einhorn, Eric Dean Seaton, Scott Ellis, Bryan Cranston, John Ridgey, Julie Bowen, Ken Whittingham, Reginald Hudlin, Iwona Sapienza, Elaine Ko, Helena Lamb, Adam Shankman, Claire Scanlon, Dean Parasot. Writers Becky Mann, Audra Sealeff, Bill Rubel, Stephen Lloyd, John Pollock, Vali Chandrasekharan, Ben Carlin, Jack Burdett, Chuck Tatum, Andy Gordon, Christy Stratton, Cindy Chupak, Ilana Wernick, Kenny Schwartz, Rick Weiner, Joe Lawson, Jessica Potter, Carol Leifer, Emily Spivey, Jerry Collins, Dave Weasel. The family's patriarch is the often cranky and secretly sentimental Jay Pritchett. The show follows him and his new wife, the spirited Colombian stay-at-home turned-realtor Gloria, who brings with her a son from her previous marriage. Their marriage might seem odd at first sight, but there's a true and quite passionate love at the center of their relationship that I end the Modern Family 4th season episode, Bringing Up Baby. Jay finds that Gloria is pregnant on his 65th birthday. Running the numbers, it's clear Jay was 61 at the start of the series. Pritchett is played by Ed O'Neill, who rose to fame with his leading role in the subversive 90s sitcom Married with Children. O'Neill was 63 when Modern Family began, making him only a tad older than his character. Playing opposite O'Neill is Colombian actress Sofia Vergara, who earned critical and audience acclaim for her role as the feisty Gloria Delgado Pritchett. Gloria begins the series as an outsider, having recently married Jay and sharing a tense dynamic with his daughter, Claire, who considers her a gold digger. Gloria soon grows to be an integral part of the family, developing close bonds with everyone. During the season 4 episode, New Year's Eve, Jay drags the family to a hotel he says he last visited in 1974, prompting Gloria's response that she was only 2. Gloria was likely born sometime in 1972, the same as Vergara. Thus, both Gloria and Sofia Vergara were 37 when Modern Family began. Manny Delgado, Gloria's child from her first marriage, serves as the family's consummate sophisticate. As Gloria's partner in crime before her marriage to Jay, Manny is exceptionally mature for his age, to the point where he drinks coffee and has extensive knowledge about literature, cooking, and even alcohol. His overly grown-up attitude often confuses and concerns Jay, who encourages him to act more his age. Manny is played by child actor Rico Rodriguez, who was 11 when he began the role, the exact age of his character. In one episode, Manny's birthday is stated to be in January, whereas Rodriguez's is in July, meaning Manny is slightly older than Rico. Two-time Emmy winner Julie Bowen plays Claire Dunphy, Jay's oldest child, Phil's wife, and the mother of Haley, Alex, and Luke. Claire is the apple of her father's eye and takes firmly after him, acting very much like a type personality. While she is driven and expects a lot from those in her life, she gives her all to the people she loves. Gwen was 39 when the first season of Modern Family aired. In the show, Claire was around the same age, likely born in 1970, the same year Bowen was born. It is mentioned that Claire is 14 months older than her stepmother, Gloria, which is only a few months less than the actual age difference between Bowen and Bogara. Bowen might not be similar to her character, but the two at least have their ages in common. Ty Burrell joined the cast for the sitcom's first season as Phil Dunphy, who is the epitome of all dorky, dedicated dads and one of Modern Family's most likable characters. Phil acts as the good cop to Claire's bad cop, always laid back to balance her intensity. Critics and audiences lauded Burrell's performance, and he won 2 Emmy Awards from 8 consecutive nominations, the most out of any actor on the show. At 42, Burrell joined Modern Family. When Phil and Claire eloped, Phil was in his mid-20s. He was born on April 3rd, though his exact birth year is not given. However, Phil is a few years older than Claire, so Burrell's real-life age is likely quite close to his characters. He might be 40 or 41 in the first season, but everyone knows his mind is much younger. Haley is Phil and Claire's oldest daughter, a beautiful party girl with little to no ambition other than being popular and looking her best. She undergoes a significant change throughout the show, becoming more mature and welcoming twins in season 10 with her high school sweetheart. Dylan Sarah Hyland was 19 when she began her role as Haley on Modern Family. However, her character was only 16 in the first season and later celebrated her 21st birthday in season 6, making the age gap between her and her character one of the most significant in the series. Hyland's acting chops and petite stature serve her well, though most fans would never expect that. In reality, she is more than 3 years older. Ariel Winter plays high-achieving brainiac Alex Dunphy, one of television's iconic know-it-alls. As the middle child in the Dunphy family, Alex is often overlooked in favor of Haley's rebellious attitude and Luke's wild antics. However, she enjoys her place as it allows her to observe and make snarky comments about her family's unconventional nature. Alex is 3 years younger than her older sister, Haley, and therefore 13 at the show's start. In real life, Winter was only 11 when the first season aired and is 8 years Hyland's junior. However, the actresses excel at the type of squabbling that anyone who grew up with a sister close to their age remembers well. Their dynamic on-screen translated to a friendship off-screen that endures. Todd Luke Dunphy, played by Nolan Gould, is Claire and Phil's youngest son, a dim-witted child who is close friends with Manny despite their opposing personalities. He undergoes an extreme transformation over the show's tenure, both in appearance and personality. All the other characters grow in age, but Luke might be the one who changes the most drastically in appearance throughout Modern Family. Gould was 11 during the show's first season, the same age as his character. Luke and his close friend and step-uncle, Manny, are the same age throughout Modern Family, even graduating in the same high school class in season 8. Gould is also only a few months younger than Rodriguez in real life. Mitchell-Pritchett is played by Jesse Tyler Ferguson, who offers a perfect performance that earned him 5 consecutive Emmy nominations. Mitchell's slightly neurotic personality might originate from an overbearing older sister and a strained relationship with his parents. Still, he remains a loving father and husband, forming one of Stickham's best and funniest families, even if his uptight, anxious, and worrying personality often clashes with his husband's, Cam. The show states that Mitchell is around 2 years younger than his sister, which would make him 36 in the first episode. On the contrary, Ferguson was only 34 in Modern Family's first season, making him 5 years younger than Bowen, the actor who played his fictional sister. Just as Phil balances out Claire, Mitchell's anxiety is complemented by his husband Cameron, Eric Stonestreet. Loud, larger-than-life Cam is never afraid to be himself. He is unafraid to express his feelings and do what he loves, including performing as his alter ego, the august clown Fizbo. Stonestreet's performance received universal acclaim and earned him 2 Emmy Awards. In the third season, Cam celebrates his 10th birthday because he was born on a leap day, which would mean he was born in 1972 and was 37 in the first season. Meanwhile, Stonestreet was 38 when he stepped into the role, making him only a year older than the beloved and dramatic Cam. The salaries of the Modern Family cast increased significantly over the course of the show's 11 seasons, with Sofia Vergara starting at $30,000 to $65,000 per episode and ending at $500,000 per episode. Ed O'Neill initially earned more than his cast members due to his existing star power, but later negotiated his salary to match the others at $500,000 per episode. Older adult cast members, including Julie Bowen, Eric Stonestreet, Jesse Tyler Ferguson, and Ty Burrell, so their salaries rise to $500,000 per episode by the last season. The Modern Family salaries through the years are a great indicator of how successful the show became in the course of its 11 seasons. The well-loved and long-running mockumentary family sitcom Modern Family followed one large extended family of different households who shared the hilarious joys and struggles of raising a family. Over 11 seasons, the show received an incredible 85 Emmy nominations, won 22 Emmy Awards, and became a huge hit for ABC. The success of the series allowed for each Modern Family cast salary to rise over time. The Modern Family cast is one of the main reasons the show became such a hit, as it grew into one of the most beloved sitcom ensembles. The series helped the cast members either become bigger stars or break out into stars themselves, and the show is ABC's longest-running comedy series to the point where its cast members saw huge increases in the Modern Family salaries along the way, though not always without a fight. Gloria is the much younger wife to Jay in Modern Family and the mother of Manny and, later, Joe. Initially, Gloria has to deal with her stepdaughter thinking she is a gold digger and feeling like she has to prove herself to her new family. However, over time, the family gets to see that Gloria genuinely loves him. Fans also see Gloria become strong, confident, and capable, gaining her American citizenship in season 6 and later becoming a realtor alongside Phil. Her stories about her past life in Colombia help to explain her fiery temper, but she's a loving wife and mother. Variety reports that Vergara started the series out being paid between $30,000 and $65,000 per episode. By the end of the show, Variety reported that she was earning at least $500,000 per episode. Ed O'Neill plays Jay, the grumpy father to Claire, Mitchell, Joe, and stepfather to Manny. Jay is getting a second chance at having a family, having been so busy when his older children were around that he didn't spend much time with them. The early episodes show his gruff demeanor interfering with many of his relationships with the other characters. However, he softens over time, forming a genuine father-son relationship with Manny, admitting to Claire and Mitchell his shortcomings as a parent, and even learning to like Phil a little more. O'Neill initially negotiated his salary separately from the other actors and was paid much more than his cast members. This makes sense, as he was already a big name, having plenty of star power and name recognition from his years on Married, with Children. He started out with about $105,000 per episode via cheat sheet. Later, though, he chose to negotiate in solidarity with the other adult actors as part of a 2012 lawsuit against 20th Century Fox Television via THR. By the end of the show, he was earning the same amount as the other adult actors, at $500,000 per episode. Bowen plays Claire Dunphy, who is often viewed as the supermom of the Dunphy clan. She is the wife of Phil, daughter of Jay, and sister of Mitchell. Claire is a great mom, but she can also be very overbearing, tyrannical, and even a bit of a bully. Fans love her idiosyncrasies and complex character, but also love how much of a mama bear she is, where she is always there to support her children and help them through the awkwardness of their teenage years. When Claire takes a new job on Modern Family, where she takes over Jay's closet company when